Hello and welcome, amigos. Today I'm updating my family's favorite macaroni and cheese recipe. You guys asked me to make shorter and simplified videos. I hope you enjoy this one, and if you guys need the recipe, make sure to look for the ingredients right in the description box. And if you're here because you enjoy cooking, let's get started. To the hot pan, I've already added a little bit of oil, and we're going to start sauteing our onions for about 2 to 3 minutes until you see them go translucent. While we're sauteing our onions, we're going to get started on boiling our elbow pasta. I've added a little bit of salt to the water, and that's about it. Make sure to follow the cooking instructions on your pasta box. Other than that, let's continue to cook. While our onions and our pasta are cooking, I've melted a little bit of butter, which we're going to need to add to our panko crumbs. Our onions are set. Our pan is really hot, so I'm just going to set this to the side so we can get started on our cheesy sauce. I have 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're just going to melt that quickly, okay? We don't want it to burn, so make sure that your stovetop isn't that hot. So go with the medium low and take your time. That should take you about 30 seconds to do. Next, you're going to add your flour. Incorporate that flour into your butter quickly, okay? Next, we're going to add our heavy whipping cream. And if you don't have that, you can use half and half. And if you don't have that, try it with some milk and evaporated milk. I tried to give it to my kids with evaporated milk and they didn't touch it.
They knew the difference?
We're not having that. So go ahead and mix all those ingredients together, and we're still on a medium-low heat. Once you've incorporated all your ingredients, you're going to start adding your seasonings. I'm using white pepper, turmeric, mustard powder, and if you don't have mustard powder, you can use a little bit of your yellow mustard. I know that that's not a common ingredient in a lot of homes, so don't feel left out. And I think a family favorite, some Lawry seasoning. That Lawry seasoning has onion, garlic, paprika. It has all kinds of goodies in there. And my family notices when I don't add it into the blend. I've tried.
We're so critical.
Yeah. Once you've incorporated all your seasonings into your milky blend, we're going to start adding our cheese. And this is a part where you can make it comfortable for your home. This is freshly grated cheddar cheese, medium cheddar. But if you have pepper jack, if you have mozzarella, whatever cheese you have on hand, go ahead and use that and make it comfortable because, you know, mac and cheese is about having a good cheese selection. Don't rush the process. I still have my heat on a medium-low, and I'm just slowly adding the cheese and allowing it to melt. All our cheese has melted, and now I'm going to go ahead and strain our pasta so that we can add it into this cheesy sauce. I'm going to add my onions. Stir them in before we add our elbows, okay? I don't want you to throw elbows, but our pasta elbows.
But you will be throwing elbows.
After you taste this, yes. So once you've mixed those onions in, go ahead and add your elbows. And just mix it in with all that delicious cheesiness, okay? For those of you that don't have a working oven, don't worry. This is already all cooked in here. So you can just serve yourself and be ready. But my family likes baked mac and cheese, and that's how we're gonna go all the way.
Those panko crumbs really make a difference.
Yeah, they really do. I've tried using breadcrumbs and other things. They're like, nope, don't do it. So it's one of those recipes that works for my family, and it's important for you to do the same for yours, you know? Work those recipes until it works for your family. How wonderful does that look?
It looks delicious.
Now that we've done that, we're gonna mix our butter into our panko crumbs. I have a cup of Japanese panko crumbs, but you can use half a cup. It doesn't have to be the full cup. It's just that that's what my family really likes, how crispy it is. And just mix them in here until they're fully saturated with the butter. If you don't have butter at this moment, go ahead and saturate it with a little bit of oil. And what kind of oil? Your favorite oil. Don't go out of your way to buy something. Make it comfortable for your home. Perfect. Now we're ready to assemble our baked mac and cheese. If you like a cheese pool with your mac and cheese, you want to add a little bit of cheese over the top here, and we're just going to mix that gently in here. The first time I made a really good mac and cheese, I followed that movie Soul Food. It had a recipe booklet when you bought the movie.
Oh,
And I was
cool
obsessed with that
that.
movie in the 90s, and that's when I first got started.
With the mac and cheese?
With the mac and cheese, yeah. Because in my house, growing up, it was more of the box mac and cheese. This was foreign to me. Now we're gonna go ahead and start adding our panko crumbs. You guys are gonna use fresh bread, chop it up into little cubes, add it into the oil. I think works best instead of butter, because butter will kind of like seep into it a little horribly. And yeah, that should help you out. For those of you that have that box of stuffing hiding in the back of the pantry, use that. It'll work too.
Oh, and it's seasoned. It's probably super good.
Yes, it really is. I'm gonna have two options for you to bake your mac and cheese. And the one I'm going with today is I'm gonna bake it at 450 degrees for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna place a foil over it. And then the remaining minutes that I need for it to crisp up on the top, I'm gonna put it on a broil. But make sure to look in the description area for those directions to make it easier for you. Okay friends, we're 10 minutes in and we already got that bubbling from our mac and cheese that we love. So we need to crisp up our panko crumbs. If you use panko crumbs, we're gonna push it right in and we're gonna keep it another 5 minutes on 450. And if you didn't use panko crumbs, you're probably ready to set it to the side so that it can cool and you can eat it. So hang tight. What's funner than soul bubbles?
Macaroni and cheese.
That's
bubbles.
right. As always, Views Club and Bells and new subscribers, I'm wishing you the best. I hope that you're all taking care of yourselves during these difficult times that the world is facing, but don't forget that Cloud and I love you. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Adios! It's really hot. You have to blow on it if you're gonna taste it right when it comes out. If you're a brave one. Kids, wait till it cools.
We would have waited, but her stomach can't cool down.
I just can't. Cloud's already wanting some.
It's
I'm
so
telling
good.
you, this is gonna go down as the best mac and cheese you've ever made, whether you take it for your potluck, your parties, or for the holidays. This is a must make. It's super easy, and I'm telling you, you're all gonna be successful with this recipe. Not one complaint.
It's delicious.
Even the onion lovers are gonna tell you, oh, this was so good, and they don't even know that there's onions in here. Can you believe that? Mmm. This is creamy, cheesy, gooiness at its best. Now it's your turn. Take a big bite. Hold on.
No, what a good mom.
I don't want you to burn yourself.